he was highly influenced by black music, including rock and roll. And when I say influence, that's me putting it nicely. All right. Some people say that Elvis Presley. And when I say some people, I'm really talking about me. But there are people out there who probably say that Elvis is the biggest case of cultural appropriation in history. We might start with that. Boy, y'all need to quit. Y'all need to quit with this.
Why you get Martin with Elvis?
Where you get Martin with Elvis?
No. The last one we need Chris. We need Chris
also.
When
you get Martin, when you cross Martin with Elvis, you get Fred Sanford. I don't even, man. Ain't no Elvis in that picture. Right. Might have to get that Elvis pelvis for y'all. I'm gonna save that for the review.
We can't see it. You gotta go higher. You gotta go back. You gotta see that trust.
I got that Elvis pelvis, y'all. One thing I say about Elvis, that was a bad mother when he was performing. I truly appreciate a good performer, man. If anybody can get out there and work the crowd, you got my respect. You got my full respect right there. And Elvis had it, man. Because Elvis went out there and he knew how to work that. God damn it, Elvis took everything from us black people. Did he? Including that stanky leg. No. You can't see it, man. I can't get it.
You gotta go back. You gotta go back.
Elvis had that. Elvis took that stanky leg right. Elvis was the first stanky leg out there.
He took the leg. He took the music. He took the culture. He took everything, brother. Even the woman.
Listen, man, I got a problem with Elvis, and
you? I know this, but for the people newcomers.
Well, see, everybody's been asking me to talk about this Elvis trailer that just came out a few days ago, and I was gonna let it slide because I didn't even know that much about it. Then I found out that this is by director Baz Luhrmann.
One of my favorite
Don't like
directors.
all of his stuff, but I like, there are a few things that he's done that I think are pretty brilliant.
Yep.
So first of all,
look at that, and then
chick. Oh no, shit. Oof. Boy,
oh my God.
That chick right there, like, yeah, man. That chick right here?
Yeah.
Boy, shit. That chair is just as creamy right now.
Well, you forget about Elvis, but he was the first one to entice the girls and
No, he was not. That's bullshit.
In pop culture like
That's
that?
bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Don't say another word. It's bullshit.
Damn, Carlos, you just hit a nerve.
Yeah.
Pushing the buttons.
Boy. I love this. My man ain't getting no ass tonight. Look at that.
Like, oh my God.
Shit,
I knew I shouldn't have
Elvis just ruined that man's sex. One thing I give Elvis credit for, man, Elvis was a great performer. I'll say that all day, but I have my problems with Elvis. So when this trailer came out and people asking us to watch it, I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But then I saw, Jesus, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. I don't think Elvis ever did that.
Yeah.
Shit, he's getting electrocuted.
Yeah, right. That's a goddamn church.
But thing with Elvis, man, is that when I say Elvis, I'm talking about this trailer right here. The director, the actor, and then Tom Hanks is in it. And I said, okay, maybe I need to mention this. And then when I finally saw the trailer, definitely had some things that I have to say. Did this happen to maybe turn me around on my feelings about Elvis? For those of you who don't know me very well or don't hear me talk about Elvis that often, what are my feelings about Elvis? What the hell is wrong with you, Korey? Everybody loves Elvis. And also, looking at this trailer, who knows? Maybe it made me feel worse about Elvis. Or maybe, as I said earlier, ain't a damn thing changed between me and Elvis. Funny thing is, I used to brag about Elvis. My mother and my father used to live on the same base as Elvis back in the military. They didn't know him, but they used to see him walking by all the time. They said he was a nice guy. Yeah, no, I mean, seriously, I'm not bullshitting. My dad was stationed in the military, wherever Elvis was at one time. He was there.
It wasn't Hawaii, wasn't it?
I really don't know. But they said they saw him walk by a couple of times. They said he was real cool, so. Then there's that. So, hey, Elvis was cool to my mom, my pops, man. So
you got some beef against Elvis?
maybe not after this.
I don't know, man.
Let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer. I mean, and plus, you gotta take Elvis out. Yeah, it's about Elvis, but it's a movie also. We all know these biopics are not 100% true. Shit, half the time not even 50% true. And with
Bohemian Rhapsody.
yeah, and with Baz Luhrmann, well, he's been known to take things and make sort of a fantasy version of them himself.
Being over dramatic.
Yeah, well, like I said, he just kind of makes them. He makes movies instead of making real biopics.
Exactly.
He makes musicals. He makes fantasies.
Fairy tales.
He makes
okay.
them larger than life, and with things that are already larger than life. Let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer right here. So even right there, you could kind of hear that there's more of a modern rock sound there.
Isn't that Junkie XL?
Yeah, well, I don't know. But that's definitely, Elvis did a lot of shit, but he didn't create that version of rock right there.
No.
Oh, shit. No, Elvis was no goddamn Jimi Hendrix, all right?
Yeah.
He was my destiny.
Things are too dangerous to say. Sing.
Sing, goddamn.
Shit, no wonder that was so good. Shit, when an old Negro takes it, sing!
You sing.
Yes, sir.
That mother turned to Joe Jackson on that.
The greatest show on earth.
If you're no stranger to me, if you know me, then you probably at some point heard me talk about Elvis. And thing with Elvis is that Elvis Presley. Elvis, and I'm gonna talk about, I gotta set up Elvis before I talk about my feelings with this trailer. I gotta talk about the real Elvis right
Yeah,
here.
you gotta set up.
So, thing is, Elvis Presley is such an icon, such a part of history that you are naturally, you expected to be born loving Elvis.
That's right. You
know,
are.
just like the Beatles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, thing is, I truly do love the Beatles. I'm no expert on the Beatles. I'm not the biggest Beatles fan, but when I can name you about 10 Beatles songs that I really love. One of my favorite cult movies, like bad cult movies, is a Beatles movie, Magical Mystery Tour. So
Bad as fuck.
The Warrior, I Am the Warriors is one of my favorite songs. So I truly do like the Beatles. But when it comes to Elvis over here, man, as I said, Elvis, you were expected to like Elvis. Like, you are crazy if you don't like Elvis.
Yeah.
So when black people tell you they don't like Elvis, people look at us like we're crazy, like we're insane.
Yep.
But the fact is that Elvis, he was highly influenced by black music, including rock and roll. And when I say influence, that's me putting it nicely. All right. Some people say that Elvis Presley. And when I say some people, I'm really talking about me. But there are people out there who probably say that Elvis is the biggest case of cultural appropriation in history.
Yep.
It was one of the most famous cases of culture vulturism, cultural appropriation in history. Elvis took a form of music that was created by black musicians, started in blues, worked his way up to rock and roll. Chuck Berry, Little Richard, and a lot of other people. Only reason why Jimi Hendrix wasn't able to be squashed is because he was just too influential on modern rock. You don't hear one rock song today that Jimi Hendrix is not an influence of, or influence to. They couldn't just push him back. But all these other musicians out there, so many musicians out there that, Elvis stole from. And I'm not even saying he did it on purpose. I'm not saying it was his fault. Some of it probably was. But, the thing with Elvis is that he was able to reach where he was. He was able to reach his fame. He was able to reach the people. He got the promotion he did. He got the money he did on the backs of black music because he was allowed to go as far as he did by the powers that be.
Yep.
You know, the music was taken from, there were black people out there just weren't allowed to get that far, or the music was taken from them and they gave it to white musicians because they felt like that's the way they could sell the music better. Pat Boone and all these other, there's a lot of history out there, y'all, that y'all can look this up for. And plus, that's why I told you earlier that Elvis was the one that went out there. You said Elvis went out there and he was the one that, he was the one that actually started all this sexiness on stage.
He didn't start it. Let me clear that up.
No.
I know he didn't start it.
No, Elvis did not do that shit. Thing is, there were so many black musicians who were out there doing that, but they didn't want they didn't want these black guys out there getting all these little white girls excited and crazy. Like, crazy? They weren't gonna let them do that. So they pushed them to the side, gave it to a good white face, and let them do all that shaking and jiving and all that bullshit. That's the people. Thing is, in case you think I'm making this up or I'm bending historical truth, the history's out there. You can read it for yourself. This is a random article. The erasure of black musicians from rock and roll. That's from the Baltimore Sun. But there's tons upon tons of books, stories, articles, podcasts, whatever, that cover this history, okay? So, point is, when I see a movie where right at the beginning, I see Elvis actually soaking up musical Negro powers.
Yeah.
When I see him actually out there having this influence by actual black musicians, I'm not interested. Okay? I'm not excited to see this. And a lot of people are gonna think like, I'm being racist, I'm being unfair, I'm being crazy, I'm being closed-minded. I don't want this. People, this is a different time. I told Martin this, and I'm telling everybody else this. I'm interested in watching things that are more encouraging, things that are more diverse, things that represent me a little bit better. Because I had to grow up. I'm 50 years old. I had to grow up looking at myself being the background, taking crumbs all my life. So I don't want to see this bullshit right here where I got to watch a whole bunch of black people in church crowd surf this, this little white boy who's gonna go on to be, ride to get famous riding off the backs
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want, sorry y'all. If you don't get it, then I don't mean to be defensive, but if you don't, because there are gonna be people out there gonna be like, oh, here we go again with race shit. Yeah, people, because it's history, and what am I supposed to tell you? It's just not anything that interests me. It's not. It just isn't. Where the people who actually gave him the inspiration that he stole from, they're all playing background. It's at least from what I'm seeing right here. The movie might be different. I don't know how, but it might be different. But looking at that, nah, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that shit. And then I'm even feeling a little bit crazy about this. So you're gonna put all these black people crowd surfing this boy, so you can get all of the magic talent rained upon him, he soaks it all up, and they do all that, and they gonna come in and try to do a Martin Luther King moment. Everybody pulls that cheap shit. It's so easy to pull a Martin Luther King and be like, oh, but see, we respect black people.
Martin Luther King has been shot to death in Memphis.
That's all right.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. I'm good. No offense to anybody who loves Elvis and you want to see Elvis and you want to, you praise Elvis and all that. No offense. If you love Elvis, that's, nobody's trying to tell you not to. And listen, I grew up with Elvis, and I grew up loving a bunch of Elvis songs.
Yeah, it's crazy because you're older, so you know everything. But it's like me being younger, I'm like, I never heard about this side of him. You know what I'm saying? Like all this stuff surrounding him.
Yeah, never heard the background of Elvis.
No, I never knew he stole like stuff from black people. I never knew.
Well,
that.
it's
he stole what piggybacked off black people.
Yeah, he really did. Yeah, it's
because stealing and stole is such a strong word. I would like to use influence or just riding on the coattail of black rock and roll. Yeah. But I wouldn't say steal.
And it's black people were and as we see, man, people, this is the history. Why was Black Panther such a big deal? Because they gave a cast of mostly black people a budget of $200 million to do a big budget movie. So think about how it was back in Elvis's day, the 50s and the 60s, where we ain't giving you Negroes money to go out there and do this, especially since you're a second-class citizen.
Yep.
You know, you are not going to go out there and make
Jim
money.
Crow at full effect.
Yeah. You know, that's not how it is. So I'm not, don't get, I'm not getting defensive. I don't want anybody to get defensive. I'm not telling anybody to not go see this movie, because I'm going to go see this movie, because it's my job. It's my job to go see this movie. You know, I'm not going to sit up here and boycott an Elvis movie. I'm going to see it. I'm just telling you that if I didn't have to do this, I probably wouldn't see it. And I don't feel like I have to be obligated to like an Elvis movie, you know. And this is one of those rare cases where I'm going in with a little bit of history that I already don't like with this. You know, Elvis has never really been, you know, at least in my older life, has never really been something that I just rocked with, man. I just don't. There's a lot of people that have done the same shit as Elvis, and I actually enjoy their music, Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones. But really, I'm a Hendrix fan, man. Hendrix represents me. Hendrix was able to overcome racism, and Hendrix was able to represent rock and roll, a musical art that I like, whether it's done by black people or white people or anybody in between. So I don't Elvis, man. Michael Jackson, as far as I'm concerned, way better than Elvis. But again, but that's for me. But I can't deny Elvis his contributions. Elvis was a bad mother, man. He's a performer. So cool, you know, awesome. Now, getting that out the way, for those who do like him, as I said, you know, good for you, because this movie looks well produced. If I'm looking at it as a movie, yeah, you know what I'm saying. I ain't going in with that much of a bias. Where I'm not going to talk about the movie, and you know, if I see something that's good, I'm not going to sit up here and just ignore that. This looks well produced. This looks actually really cool. But let me just say this: even if I was really hyped up for this film right here, even if I was looking forward to this was my number one movie I was looking forward to, I would still have to be honest and say, there's a couple of things in here that are just weird. You know, there's a couple of things. Hey, listen, I'm pulling out whatever I'm thinking about Elvis. I'm pulling my personal bias. Let me go in and let's just say, all right, I am an Elvis fan. There's a couple of weird things in here, man, that are hard. It's hard for me to look past. Let me start with Elvis himself. The guy playing Elvis, at least. Austin Butler, the guy playing Elvis. Okay, so let me put it this way. So Elvis undeniably handsome, very handsome. Yeah. Austin Butler, pretty. You know, like chick level pretty. You know, he like this dude. Like this dude looks like he looks like a girl I go out with. You know, probably looks like a girl I actually did go out with at one time.
It's gonna be so hard to get somebody that looks exactly like him.
I'm not asking if anybody look exactly like Elvis. I just said there's a difference between handsome and pretty.
They're both pretty as fuck, dude.
Elvis is handsome, and he is kind of, you know, on the prettiest side. This dude is bitch pretty, right? You know,
Also,
I think it's just the hair.
Yeah,
it's the hair. Yeah, also, let's admit that
it's the you know what it is. It's the full eyes, the eyelashes, and those full lips right there.
And Elvis is wearing a shit ton of makeup because he used to wear makeup. He used to like daff himself before any type of concert or photo shoot.
Well, you know, I'm just saying for me, if I was an Elvis fan, I'm not even knocking it because here, I'm not telling I'm knocking it. It's just I'm speaking the truth here. When I saw this, and that Elvis voice came out of him.
Tragedy, but it has nothing to do with us.
It has everything to do with us.
Oh shit! It was like they dubbed Elvis into a chick. It was just that voice just caught me off guard. Now the thing is, that's not me saying that he can't do a good job, because Austin Butler, I actually like that actor a lot. I've seen him in a couple of things. The last thing that I probably saw him in, let me see here. The last thing that I probably saw him in was, because I remember I said, is that dude that I see all the time? And I finally realized what his name was since I saw him in this movie, because I said, I'm going to be on the lookout for this guy because he's actually really good. You know the last thing you saw him in?
I don't really remember.
It was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh.
I'm the devil, and I'm here to do the devil's business.
No, I was dumber than that.
I actually love that movie, man. I hate the end of that film.
Then they fucked up.
But that movie's a great film, man. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'll watch it all the time. But he's great in it. So, I'm going to wait and see how it works out because it's one of those things where he'll probably be so good.
He'll make you forget. He'll make you forget about.
Yeah,
all those.
you'll get lost in the role.
Yep.
You won't remember it in all of, you can't go by a trailer just by one voice.
Yeah.
One you got to watch a whole movie and be fair and let a person's performance speak for itself.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm actually looking at I'm looking forward to seeing what he will do playing Elvis, even though it's a little weird to me right now. And it ain't nearly as weird as what's coming up later with what I'm talking about. And that's the funny thing about Elvis, man. I'm talking about how handsome Elvis was and everything. Even if you don't like Elvis, everybody want to be sexy like Elvis,
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, now you can. With some underwear from Bombas.
Oh,
man.
no.
Yes, man. Yeah.
Pack this shit up. We're leaving right the fuck now. We're not doing this podcast. We're not doing this show.
Look at that night Elvis ass right there, man.
Damn. That's a fucking stretch.
I'm wearing Bombas underwear right now. And I'm feeling sexy as hell. I can't, I can't show it on screen.
You can show me side.
I'll show, you know what? I'll show
me
you
side right now.
Hey, look, I won't show you on camera, but you think I'm playing? People, Bombas, I'll talk about Bombas more right here. But the thing with Bombas, they sent me some underwear yesterday. And I am loving it. They didn't tell me to tell you that. I don't have to come here and tell you I'm wearing anything, but they sent me some just to try it out. I love this underwear. And I know all you want to do is see me undress in front of you, but you think I'm lying. You gonna call me out? All right.
No, all right. Everybody under 18, please close your eyes.
I ain't putting the camera on, but you want to play me. No. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. What am I wearing right now?
You got no ass, but he's actually showing it.
I got plenty of ass in this right here.
You got no ass. When you got pink ass, that's what you got, boy.
Boy, you got this dick up here.
I would like to confirm he is in fact using the underwear.
Yes.
We confirm that.
Yes. Now I'm like,
for science.
I am so.
Can we confirm for science?
Nah, I didn't see shit.
Yeah, he turned it in. You goddamn homophobe.
You're a
Boy,
homophobe.
you can't look at your daddy's ass.
I had to cover Pixie's eyes.
Ain't nothing Pixie ain't seen. Now they have all kinds of stuff. They got underwear, but they also have socks and they have shirts. And I got sent about 2 other pairs of underwear, and I can't wait to try those. And I got some socks too. But this underwear, I haven't tried the socks yet, but the underwear is nice, man.
I saw they got 20% off right there on the website. You go in.
Yeah, man. So the thing with this is that everything that they make, man, very comfortable. So it's very soft. And they don't cost a lot of money, but man, they feel very luxurious.
How does it breathe? How is the ventilation down there?
It breathes so well, man.
It breathes so well?
Yes.
That's an important thing right there to me.
I mean, hey, look, that's important because you got to let your junk breathe.
Yeah,
down
you got to
here,
breathe, man. You can't have it all plug up there.
No, not at all, man.
All right.
And the thing is, they breathe because they're made from super soft materials. They got merino wool, Pima cotton, and they even got cashmere, man. Perfect for any kind of weather, especially for the winter, man. They got socks, as I said, but they also they got t-shirts. That was you right there, brother. That was me a little while ago. Carlos. And they got men, women, and kids covered right here. They got invisible seams. As I told you, the fabric is very nice, very soft. Perfect weight, just right for a lot of uses. Ooh, boy, but that underwear. Everybody need a pair of drawers. Everybody need a pair of drawers. And you know what? You don't, listen, both, especially for you young folks out there, both comfort and appeal.
Here's the thing.
It works out. The thing is that, like I said, man, these, for the dudes out there, I'm going to tell you this right now. I can't wait till Mia gets home to see my sex ass in this underwear right here. She's going to be
Baby, how they look?
Yeah, she's going to be so proud because the thing is, man, you pull them drawers down and your girl sees this underwear right here, she's going to think you got great taste, man, and you're going to look good in them. I'm not, okay, so all joking aside, the underwear that I have, very comfortable. Looks very good, and I do have some masks. The first thing I did was turn around, look at the mirror. I said, yeah, look at that.
But my concern is because we got quality, we got breathiveness, we got all those qualities. But here's the thing.
We got breathiveness. That's a new word right now, y'all. Breathiveness.
Where throw the dictionary.
The most important thing, can somebody like Julian afford it?
Yes.
Can he afford
of
it?
course.
What the fuck?
Of course.
Why you keep throwing me on the
Man, he throws you under that.
I'm not
me.
throwing you, man, because I know you're very tight right now with money. So my concern is that people like you can afford it.
Yeah, no, they do. You can afford it. He can afford it. I can afford it. It's great. And they have packages that you can buy. So they got different packages. They got higher end packages, smaller end packages. So you can order individual items. You can order packages like socks bundled with shirts and underwear. It's very nice, man. It's very nice. If something's good, I'm gonna tell you it's good. But if I used it and I loved it, I did that with another product. I'm not gonna say it right now, but I did it. I've done it, and you guys have said, "Wow, you weren't lying." This underwear that I'm wearing right now, very nice.
That's good.
So I can only assume that everything else that they got is also very nice. So go over to Bombas. That's Bombas. And here's the real cool thing about it. So shirts, underwear, and socks are the most sought after items in homeless shelters, and they donate a lot.
Oh, word!
To
They do
homeless
something
shelters.
for the community?
Yeah. In fact, you get certain packages. They will match what you bought to donate their merchandise to homeless shelters and to the homeless.
So not only are you buying high quality items, you're also giving back to people that need it.
You got it right there.
That's good to know.
So go to bombas.com/toasted and get 20% off any purchase that is over there. I want to thank them for sponsoring this portion of the show. And I also want to thank them for everything they do for the community out there. And I want to thank you out there, all of you, for your support. And I want to thank Carlos for looking at my ass.
Yeah, pancake ass.
Ain't no
y'all.
pancake ass. He just mad because he can't have it.
I don't want no flapjacks,
And I
y'all.
tell you what, if it was pancake ass, your ass be sitting up there with some syrup right now. Yeah. So, and I love this man.
What, Tom Hanks?
The weirdest thing is Tom Hanks.
Yeah, Tom Hanks.
Not the weirdest
It
thing.
is, no, you know what? I got proof about it. So, let me go ahead and get to the beginning of this trailer. Right? You heard it.
How about Tom Hanks do look a little out of place?
Well, it's not even the look. It's his voice, man.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah.
Man, so let's go ahead and just listen. And you talking about it ain't weird. I can show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. Let's go ahead and listen to Tom Hanks at the beginning of this trailer.
There are some who'd make me out to be the villain.
What the
hell is that?
What are you, goddamn pedophile?
Right.
No,
Was he a pirate?
Right.
There are those who make me out to be the villain.
I can explain that. You want me to explain it?
What? Well, okay. So, first of all, let me explain what Tom Hanks is doing here. So, Tom Hanks in the movie, he is Elvis's promoter,
Manager,
yeah. Colonel Tom Parker.
Yep.
So, who sounds like an evil clown or a gay Colonel Sanders here or something, but okay, so explain this to me.
So the whole thing is that the story is a biopic about Elvis, so the introduction of the movie starts with him just not only telling the story about Elvis, but also telling his side of the story, because for you guys that don't know, he's been vilified because he took advantage of Elvis during his whole career.
Yeah.
He robbed Elvis of a lot of money, and it's been put out there that he was literally a really evil person. So, and during that scene, what's happening is during his memoirs when he's almost dying, because at this point Elvis died before he could, literally.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the whole thing, because Elvis dies in the 70s, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
70s.
did. No, I think it was early 80s.
Early
That he
80s, because I
died.
know he did his last show was Elvis in Hawaii, and afterwards, I like Elvis, so I can't tell you.
I think Elvis died early 80s, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I might be wrong.
He died around there, and the dude was still alive, and he was still making money out of Elvis,
Okay.
even when he was dead.
Okay, here's the weird thing though. Let me go ahead and play this for you one more time. And yes, you are correct. If you know anything about Elvis, you know about Colonel Tom Parker and
Just call him the Colonel.
Yeah, there's a big controversy over whether he really actually did all of that. It's almost like he was almost like what's his name to NWA. Jerry.
Yeah,
No, but
Jerry.
this dude, you don't know about this story right here, but this is way worse.
Then Jerry?
Yeah,
Damn.
way worse.
Some would make me out to be the villain.
What is he about to tell, a children's story? It's like the beginning of a puppet show.
I was gonna say that earlier.
Hello, boys and girls. He sound like Adam Sandler in a way. There are people who make me out to be the villain. But the thing is, okay, so here's what now. You talk about being such a fan, but the real Colonel Tom Parker did not sound crazy like that, man.
No, he didn't. No.
Like I have video of Colonel Tom Parker from back in the day. He didn't sound crazy like that.
I did all the promotion, the outdoor advertising.
Now, he looked crazy, but I don't know why he's sitting up here looking like he's about to go on the Good Ship Lollipop. He looked like he's about to work at the circus.
He was flamboyant. What
like
we
if
can
he put
say.
on makeup, he looked like a rodeo clown.
He was working in a Love Boat.
You can promote all you want to, but if the people don't want to buy a ticket, it doesn't help.
So that this is another case where the actors, take a little bit of
There's
liberty
a little
right
bit of
here.
liberty because he's Southern. He's the whole, Colonel stereotype. Yeah, as Bob Lerman, the dude is known for just making things more grandiose than life.
Like things, you know what? That scarf is throwing everything off. Like if he took that scarf off, everything would be in place.
But no.
But once he put that scarf on, his whole wardrobe just scattered.
Like a damn director.
It looks like Hitchcock.
Like gay Hitchcock.
Man, it kind of broke my heart because I do agree with a lot of what you're saying, but I'm really excited to see this. And the whole thing is that I can't really argue against everything that you said because Elvis, for me, I always go to that Elvis didn't steal, but he did borrow and he did get a lot of influence from black culture in general. And he got away with a lot of shit because he was white. Yeah, I'm not gonna say like being white did not give him an advantage in this, in that scene, the music scene. But at the same time, he does carry a big importance in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He put it out there mainstream worldwide when sadly, other musicians could not go worldwide.
He put it out there because people put it out there for him and put everybody back. Excuses made for Elvis all the time, and I just don't give a shit, man.
I don't feel it's an excuse. I feel it's a reality because, again, he was white. That's why he got so much pass and so much leeway in a time where Jim Crow was heavy, and they couldn't have a black or brown man in
the spotlight.
In the spotlight, like that.
They could, but racism.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and make excuses.
But because of racism, obviously that was not going to happen right there. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the reasons why. I'm interested to see how it goes, his relationship with his 15-year-old wife, because that's another big thing.
For people who talk about, because I saw one comment where they said, man, let's get that Michael Jackson biopic. And somebody said, oh, you mean you want to say pedophile? You mean... So we're gonna watch a movie instead where a guy married a 14-year-old girl.
Elvis gets the whole pass.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my hope. My hope is that the movie doesn't give him a pass and calls him out for it, and does put the spotlight on that whole relationship. Because the whole thing is that they get married when I think she's 14 or 15, but they had a previous relationship where they know like, oh shit, she's almost 13 when she first meets Elvis,
which is still disgusting.
No, it is even worse when you think about it because at that point it's like, whoa, what?
Well, the age of consent at the time, I think and the parents, I'm not making excuses, but the parents gave permission.
Exactly.
The age of consent was
still disgusting.
It's weird. It's weird.
But I still want to see, because here's the thing: Baz Luhrmann before has done really interesting stuff, and his last movie, The Great Gatsby, he changes certain things in the book that I thought was for the better. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to see if this is going to be a romanticization of him, or is this going to be more true to life? I really want to see where he's going with this.
And that's another thing, man. I'm telling you, just by this scene alone, you talk about romanticizing. I don't know if he thinks, man, with the history that we have of Elvis out there, just to me, just seems awkward, that scene. With the history we have
like
out there.
Black people rising them up.
Yeah, they're actually taking a little white kid and holding him up as like some sort of savior or something.
Okay,
and that's just knowing the history of how whether he did it on purpose or whether it just happened, he took stolen goods.
Okay, so as somebody that grew up in black church, it's not so much as him being holding as the savior, but it's more him being inducted to that whole savior mentality of you're being saved in the church. You know what I mean?
But you don't understand how the visual of that is
visuals,
the optics here
like
are all off.
they make him look like he's a
almost
god or something.
Christ-like. I know.
It's like knowing we know of Elvis riding off the backs of black music, pretty much stealing it, and then they put this image in here. It's like, man, it might have different context in the movie, but that really rubs me the wrong way, man.
For me, it also pulls Elvis, like, for his time, it's almost like, Eminem in hip hop. He takes a lot of black culture and the same thing. Yeah. It almost calls the line of that, literally almost that symbiotic relationship there of where is the line is drawn, where do you steal or take inspiration from it? And there's a lot of questions still to be answered in this movie. Because if we're doing a straight up biopic, if this is a biopic that it's telling like the true Hollywood story,
this is not
it, y'all. Like we can all shake out right now. This is not.
No, this is Baz Luhrmann. He don't do anything.
Yeah, he doesn't
like
do that shit. Even though I do like Elvis as an artist, I do know what Elvis represents in a lot of media and a lot of things. I'm still fascinated to see how this is all gonna be, because either this is gonna be a really good movie or it's gonna be a total train wreck.
Well, I think what the reality of this is going to be is that it'll do pretty well, and the people who love Elvis, it's going to be the same story. The people who love Elvis will go on loving Elvis, and that's the way it'll be. And the people who don't like Elvis, they'll be like me, and we'll just go our separate ways, and life goes on.
It depends on how the movie depicts Elvis and how much of Elvis he's put in there, you know what I mean? Because if it's the fantasy of the white woman that they have with Elvis, this would be disastrous.
And by the way, thanks for setting it straight. If this is true, he married Priscilla at 21, which for me is kind of weirder, which meant that he groomed a 14-year-old girl.
So it was a 21, because I thought it was way.
I thought he married at 14, but I was mistaken.
I thought it was 14.
But that's even.
We could be wrong.
That's still weird. You groomed and dated this 14-year-old girl.
You used to have a pre-existing relationship that you had sexual tie to it when you were a kid.
It's not really even Elvis. It's just the history itself and how everybody expects us to like that history to the point where they're still making movies and romanticizing Elvis. I mean, somebody in the chat made a great point where they even in this trailer they put him in a Shazam outfit right here and called him a superhero in the movie. And it's like I'm just it's just not me. But being fair, I'll have to see it, and I will see it, and I'll be fair when I see it. But I still cannot shake the whole history that comes with this, man. This is one of those rare things that happen. I won't let it have any bearing on my review. I could give a shit less about seeing the Elvis movie. That's just me. It really bothers me. That history hurts me, man. You think people think we're just complaining. It's easy for people who sit back and don't have to have that influence, that history be a burden on them or influence them or hurt them. But it just hurts me to see people just really sit up here and romanticize a guy that has hurt so many other people and really hurt other people's lives. And really, it just wasn't him. It was just society as it is. But man, it's just this is something that everybody sees a guy that was really great at. This guy that was really great at being this rock musician. He's the king of rock and roll. When I know, first of all, you ain't no king of rock and roll. There were so many other people out there who did it better. And you just got lucky enough to be a white guy that got pushed out there in the forefront. And also just to see how many people never had the chance to get where he was because he took that chance away from them.
Okay, so in the movie, if they talk about that exact same point that you're making, would that make it better or worse for you?
No, it would not. No, it would not, because it's not going to change anything, and I'm not looking to change anything here. But I mean, again, my thing is that I'm here to see more diversity in movie. I'm here to see everybody have equal representation. I'm not making this a black thing. I'm here to see everybody have equal representation in all kind of media.
Understandable.
And then I'm not looking to hear a story where it's an apology from a white guy. I'm not looking to have somebody make a movie where they're going to romanticize a guy and then also try to say, oh, by the way, we're sorry. I don't give a man. I don't want to see a movie about this guy. I want to see a movie, where I feel like my history is better represented.
So you want to see a movie
better represented.
Of somebody that is less representative, that had more influence, that maybe influenced Elvis directly. That it's not Elvis himself.
This is just not my thing. But again, I can
see that.
Not saying that I'm not trying to make anybody else angry. I'm not attacking anybody that wants to go see this. And like I said, I'll have to see it. It's just I'm giving you this is me ranting and giving my reasons why. This is something that just does not interest me. Who knows? Maybe the movie will turn me around. It won't turn me around in the history, but maybe the movie itself will be like, wow, you know what? That was a really cool, interesting take on Elvis.
Now, if it goes to glorifying Elvis to the nth degree, even saying his relationship with Priscilla,
it wasn't too bad. They all did it.
he get a pass. You're like, no.
I tell you what, I do appreciate your input here, man. You always have a lot to say. I tell you that, and I appreciate
thank you,
that.
Man. Like I listen. I grew up with Elvis, and my mom loves Elvis, but she's the same as you. She told me all those things. She's like, listen, I like Elvis, but Elvis comes out of the hard work of black and brown people, and there were rock and roll stars way before him.
And somebody in the chat got it right, man. You know, there's a lot of people out there who need their biopics.
Yeah,
your boy
right.
Wesley Willis, man.
Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's.
Yeah, get that biopic out there.
What's the one with the cheetah? The cheetah one's the best.
Look at cheetah's ass with mustard. Okay, this is nasty. Okay, so Wesley Willis, if you didn't know him, this guy, he was disturbed. He was special.
Was he?
And he was a homeless guy who was always hitting himself in the head with a hammer and all other kind of things. So he always had this little mark in the middle of his head. But somebody found him and kind of got him on meds because he heard him making music and drawing pictures. And the guy decided to give him a recording contract.
Yeah. It's crazy,
And
bro.
he had two different sides of his personality when it came to music. He said he had his clean side, and then he had his evil bestiality side.
Oh,
So he
Lord.
made all these nasty bestiality
Songs.
sex animal songs.
Suck my dog stick.
Are they just giving out recording contracts to every goddamn body? You get one and you get one.
Bro.
What the hell was that?
That right there, that's artist.
I tell you what that was. That was genius.
I mean, music like that no more.
We haven't played him in forever,
No.
man.
And you'll be proud to know that your old pop over here saw him a couple of times in concert.
Yeah, you did see him live. Forgot about that.
I saw him, man. One of my greatest nights of band viewing history.
It was
I went to go see Kiss, but right before I went to go see Kiss, no bullshit. He had an early show. I went to go watch Wesley Willis.
You were with Tony. If
I was with Tony.
You were with Tony.
We made a night out of it, man.
Yeah, man.
We went to go
That
watch
show-
Wesley Willis, and then we got in the car and went to go see Kiss. It was like at the end of the night, we're like, oh my God, this is the best night ever.
I whooped Batman's ass. I whooped
Motherfucking dreamy one?
Batman's ass. I whooped Batman's ass.
That's his love ballad right there, man.
What the hell?
What the
I
hell?
was telling you, like, he probably went through, like, whatever happened earlier in the day, or, like, a dream he might have had. He's like, oh, it's gonna cook in the studio.
No, he wasn't even like that. There's actually behind the scenes that you can watch on YouTube, and he would just froze and freeze, man, and just come up with those lyrics. He didn't even. The rational thinking that you're talking about, that dude didn't have to evolve.
No shit. No shit. We just got through talking about a pit bull's dick. Yeah, so,
It's probably
Explain to him how it works.
this is probably a real stupid question, but I'm guessing he didn't write none of his lyrics.
yeah, he wrote all his lyrics.
What?
Who the that's right there?
No, I'm just saying, like, that's just not like a straight freestyle.
No.
He wrote them. Yeah,
Oh my God.
That's right.
yeah, he wrote. Oh, hell, he.
I thought that was a straight freestyle.
No, he put pen to paper, man.
Oh,
yeah.
my
Pen to
goodness.
paper. He practiced his show like he was a true showman.
Yeah.
Even listen, if you're disabled and you're excused that you're disabled, like I'm a disabled person, I don't talk about it. This is your greatest role model. There's no excuse.
Yeah, this guy's awesome.
My hero.
Yeah. My only regret is that he's not alive for you to see today.
Yeah, man. We will have. I will have bought your ticket.
I would be dragging your ass to a show, man.
Shit, I'm leaving.
Yeah. No, you would be going. We have a father and son day, man.
Man, he gonna be headbutting me. Shit.
Yeah, no, you would. I'll be putting you up there. It's my son, Wesley. Hit him. Hey, everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts.